Welcome to the Joshing Around podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Josh.
And what you been up to, man?
Shit, dude. Just joshing around, man.
Glad to hear it.
Yes, sir.
Today we're going to be going through our top 5 live action suits.
I'm excited about this. I think there's going to be some points of contention, and I feel like there's a lot of room for debate here.
Definitely some hot takes.
Yeah, I'm excited. Let me preface this. I intentionally left out Batman or Superman because I feel like I can make an entire list of one or the other. And that's not saying like, hey, that's what he needs to do. That's not saying that like that's
I didn't.
I intentionally made it to where it was more like either lesser known or less talked about suits that I absolutely love. And again, I don't expect them to do that. Now that one of us agreed on that, that's just what I wanted to do personally.
Because
So
they
with
do
that
get
said,
a lot of spotlight.
yeah, for sure. I try to go with suits that aren't always in the conversation, but I still think are fucking awesome, right? So my number 5 spot, right? Hot take. I think it's the best thing from this movie. Dr. Fate from Black Adam.
I almost put this on the list. I swear.
It is so good. That helmet design, how it kind of has the different folds in the middle, and like the blue texture, like, and I know it's kind of like a CGI thing. It's great. I love it so much. I think it's Pierce Brosnan. I think it's who plays him. If I'm not mistaken.
Really good casting.
Yeah, fantastic. I think he was my favorite part of that movie. I think Hawkman's also great in that movie. Honestly, everybody's great in that
The
movie.
suit design was really, really good.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
the
I
worst
think
part
everybody
was the
was
main
awesome.
character.
Yeah, I agree. I still enjoyed it, but nonetheless, the best part to me was Dr. Fate. Everything that he did, the ending fight scene where he's fighting the big bad, and you're seeing the fights, and then it goes into the reflection of the helmet and then back out. Super trippy, super awesome. I love it so much. What are your thoughts on this suit, man?
I think this is honestly the coolest adaptation of Doctor Fate. Like,
For sure.
or I think visually at least, so
Yeah, for
so
sure.
cool. They got rid of the eye holes in the mask, right? There's usually eye
Yes,
holes or
yes, yes,
some
yes.
illusion of eyes. They got rid of that, and it's like uneven. It's
It
not.
looks so
It
cool.
looks really cool. The fact that it's not like a perfect mirror on both sides, and
I
it's
love it.
super shiny with that reflection.
Hmm.
It looks ancient. It looks like an
It looks
ancient artifact that gives people powers.
for sure. It definitely has like a Lord of the Rings ring type situation going on. I really just that design. It stuck with me ever since I saw it. I remember being so hyped in the theater whenever I watched it. Me and like 5 guys had left from like a high school volleyball game, and the way back we were like, "Yo, let's stop by and see this." And we're like, "This is gonna be dog shit, but let's have a good time anyway." Was blown away. I really I got so hyped in that theater. None of my friends were comic book fans, so none of them understood what was going on. Dude, I was so hyped for it. I loved it so much. I think I could watch an entire like trilogy of just that Doctor Fate doing mystical bullshit. It was so fun.
Imagine seeing him interact with like other magic users in the DC universe, like Zatanna
John
or John
Constantine.
Constantine. Yeah,
Yeah,
like that would be sick. That Doctor Fate,
yeah,
it sucks that he's underutilized because he's probably not going to get brought back in the new DCU. But that casting was perfect.
yeah. It was awesome. It really was. And I know we're here talking about the suits. That helmet design, I want that with every single Doctor Fate. Which normally Doctor Fate's helmet looks cool. Like it's not like it's not always cool, but like that design is so cool, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I
I've
love
never
it so
looked
much.
at Doctor Fate's design and been like, you need to get rid of this dude's eyes. But
Yeah,
God, does it
that
work?
it does. It does. It looked great, man. I loved it.
For my top 5, I'm clearly not excluding Superman or Batman suits. We've got Superman from 2025, David Corn
Super solid.
sweatsuit. This is the only Superman suit that I have. A lot of people's favorite Superman suit is Christopher Reeves. I
Hmm.
can't really argue with it. It really is the perfect comic accurate suit, but it just doesn't look cool.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
I
I'm
agree.
sorry. Maybe if that suit were on somebody else, David Corn sweatsuit, perfect modernization. It's an accumulation of Superman's whole history. It's got the yellow outline from the Golden Age. It's got the Kingdom Come suit. It's got the collar and the kind of the wrists of the New 52 and the lines throughout it. It's got the trunks. It's just a perfect accumulation of all Superman suits. And It's got some inspiration from Frank Quietly's All-Star Superman with kind of the baggier look. It looks more like an actual suit rather than some kind of alien technology like in Man of Steel. I think it's a much better approach to have a real tangible costume for Superman.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it looks fantastic. I remember whenever that first promo image came out of him putting his boots on, and you could see the imp behind him. There was so much hate going around, and I never understood. And even whenever they revealed him in the Fortress of Solitude, I was like, guys, this still looks fucking awesome, and there was so much hate about it. But I do think the Kingdom Come symbol and the collar is what really sells it for me, to be honest. And of course, the trunks and the boots, like we need those. Those are non-negotiable. But I think both of those are just so nice to me, and I think this is such a good contrast from what we got with Man of Steel, because that's like the modern times of Superman. That's what you're going to be looking at is those two characters, and I think this is just such an upgrade from that.
It looked really, really good in the final cut. I think they did some finishing touches where they made it more form-fitting, like in After Effects, and it looks really, really good.
I do think they did a great job with it. I like the cloth texture of it. Which, again, a hot take here. I do like the texture of Man of Steel's Superman suit. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. But I like how they did this cloth one. I think it looks really good. And I think more superhero suits would look better if they went with a more of a cloth-like texture. Because it fits the more comic-accurate look, and I think it just fits the form better. It all around aesthetically, I think it's the better go.
It's like the perfect middle ground because it's not like spandex and it's not armor, but it's kind of like a canvas almost material. Or it's still got some texture to it. Maybe it looks like it could provide a little bit of protection. But honestly, I think this is veering off the path, but I think Batman should have a different material than this. I feel like he's got to have like a lighter, almost spandex material.
Well, so, I mean, also I think the thing is too, if we're getting, well, never mind, that's a whole other thing. I was going to get into practicality, and we're talking about superheroes. There's no fucking point in that.
Well, yeah.
Let me leave that.
We need to have a fucking, like, a suit that's this thin, that's Kevlar lined for Batman.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Let me just step back. There's no fucking point in that conversation.
Let's go on to your number 4.
This is going to be no surprise to anyone at all. I tried to leave it off, and I could not. One of the best things to come out of this movie and one of the biggest disappointments in the last 10 years to lose. I'm going with another DCEU suit. I'm going to be going with Zack Snyder's Deathstroke. John Manganiello, I think is how you say his name. I'll be butchering that altogether. That look is exactly what I wanted. Like, that is the peak of what I wanted. That is the best looking Deathstroke design that I could ask for in a live action suit. If they went with a more like original suit, that's okay. I love this because my first interaction with Deathstroke was through Injustice, and I think this is exactly what that looks like on screen. I'm so sad we didn't get to actually see that play out. But that scene of, like, you see the back of his head and you see the what do you even call it?
The tassels. I said that last time and you said it was lame.
Yeah, don't say tassels. I
The
don't know
ninja
what
bands.
Ninja band, that's what we'll call it. Like, flapping behind him because he's on the boat getting on Luthor's yacht. Dude, cinema. All right, him walking up to the yacht, it's so good. I hope that whenever we get this Deathstroke Bane movie, that they do something akin to that suit. I don't expect a 1-to-1, but I just genuinely, that's just the best looking suit that I could ask for as someone that appreciates Deathstroke's design. It's just, there's nothing more I can say about it. It's so badass.
Yeah, they did it really well, and it looked worn and battle damaged like you would expect from him. And
yeah.
It was the actor who played Flash Thompson in Spider-Man 1.
I did not know that. That's wild.
Yeah, same guy.
Man,
He
looks great.
Yeah, he looks pulled from the panels.
I really wish we could have seen that come to fruition, and I'm very sad that we didn't. But at the same time, it probably would have disappointed me if we did. So maybe this is for the best.
It probably is for the best. You know, there probably would have been a lot of pedophilia. Netanyahu, kill this man! I love TikTok Shop. My number 4 spot goes to Deadpool.
Solid.
Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, they're all basically the same suit. This is straight up, this is ripped off the page. This suit is fantastic. I love the expressive white eyes. The texture on the suit looks amazing.
I want to point out that we both used very similar characters for our number fours without discussion.
That's true. Slade and Wade.
Anyway, yeah, you're absolutely right. That was honestly in contention to be on here because I do believe that is one of the most comic accurate suits we've ever seen. Like that has to be in that discussion. But then again, that was Ryan Reynolds' passion project, so I mean,
Yeah.
I would expect nothing less. The texture is fucking awesome, and I do love all the little details of how his holsters look, how he like just everything about it, how is the little tiny details they add in of what a mercenary would carry, especially someone like Wade Wilson in question. Just all around, they did a great job with that suit, and I think the first two movies are really good.
Yeah, I
So, I
agree.
mean, I think it's solid. I think Deadpool and Wolverine's all right, but
Yeah, it's definitely a fan service cameo fest, but it's an entertaining watch.
Gambit,
I think Gambit in that movie is a little overrated.
I think his quotes are hilarious.
Yeah, like hilariously stupid.
Yeah, for
Like
sure. I mean, because it's not.
everything's a gag in that.
Yeah, which I think is the issue that they have in that movie is like that everything is just a joke.
Yeah,
There's nothing that actually has any like real depth to it. Like even like Wolverine's sad backstory gets completely diminished with how they end the movie.
yeah.
That's not even there. Deadpool suit's fucking awesome.
Deadpool got his redemption from his first appearance in X-Men Origins,
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
which is horrific. I can't believe that even made it through test screenings and
fucking
so
stinker.
many people.
That's a fucking stinker.
Yeah.
Let's take the merc with a mouth and remove his mouth.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But something I love about Deadpool's design is through all these different time periods, these different trends, his suits remained the same, and then they showcased that perfectly in the live action appearance. It's
For sure.
that suit.
I think one of the best parts that you already mentioned was the expressive eyes because that's something like they've really struggled to get with Spider-Man, and it's really cool that they were able to do that with him. Because I mean, you can see all of the emotion behind that mask, and it's crazy that you can even do that. Just all in all, I don't know what else can be said about
Yeah.
this suit. It's fucking.
The
solid.
eyes, like it doesn't have to make sense. With Spider-Man, they try to give him like lenses that, or like a camera lens that can zoom in and out, and try to make it look like it could actually happen. But man, it's fucking comic books. Just put the white eyes on there and make the fabric move. Give it to Batman. Give it to Robin. Give the white eyes to everybody who has them in the comics.
I agree. I do agree.
How good did Mr. Terrific's white eyes look in that little scene?
Yeah,
Like
Solid.
it's so good.
for sure. And that's another person that I did not have on my list that had a great.
That
fucking
is a
suit.
fantastic suit.
Yeah, one could say it's a terrific suit.
It was right there, man. That's a good one.
My number 3. This is a suit that I have discovered recently, and by recently I mean in the last month, and I could not believe how great it looked when I first saw it. You may not even know what I'm talking about. You may, I don't know, but I am bringing up the Flash 1990 TV show suit.
Oh no, yeah, I've seen that whole show.
Dude, yeah, see, I didn't know it existed. Didn't know anything about the show, and
Oh,
I'm
it's
talking
a
about
banger.
work about. Yeah, the suit is fucking awesome. Like,
Yeah,
he pulled it up, and I was like, that might be the best. Like, I could not imagine a better looking Flash suit. Like,
Yeah.
it looks so good, especially for the time frame, and like the fact that you compare that to what we got in 23. Not gonna go into a whole spill, but again, it's insane to me how great that suit looked for a TV series in 1990, which I imagine had to have been low budget. It looks fucking awesome.
yeah. It didn't have the budget of a big movie, and it looks that good.
Yeah, I imagine it was probably someone's passion project type deal. That would be my guess there, or a culmination of people's passions. But they did a great job on it. It looks so good.
Yeah, the fact that it's like all one piece, or at least it looks like it is.
Right.
Like it looks like a comic suit where it's just one piece of clothing. The only complaint that I have about that suit though is texture. The velvet almost texture Like, I'm
I
not touching it, so I guess I don't care that much.
Right. I did not watch the show. I just looked at images on Google. Let me give that as a big preface. So I did not catch that it looked like that. It just looked like cloth to me, but it might have just
No,
been
yeah,
lighting.
it is a little velvety. I don't know if you noticed this. That actor is the guy who came
this
back to
one
play
with
Jake
Jake
Eric. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just huge. I think he's probably too big to be Barry Allen, but like that. Look at that suit.
I mean, it looks like if he were drawn in a comic. To
Yeah,
be fair.
100%.
So, yeah, this is a really, really
Mark
good
Hamill
suit.
beside him.
Nice. The Trickster.
I'd never seen the show, so I'm not sitting here being like I was a fan my entire life and like that. But
Yeah.
looks great.
They redid it for, like, the Crisis on Infinite Earths of
Yeah, I
the
saw that
CW.
picture.
And,
And it looks awesome.
yeah, it might look
It might
even
look
better.
It might look better.
Yeah. But this, one thing to be said, though, it's Barry Allen, but he has Wally West beak mask. And, you know, how Wally usually has the ones that go inward, but he has those. I had to say that, but it's an amazing suit.
Again, my buddy had it pulled up on the computer, and I was looking at it, and I was at work, mind you, and I was like, dude, and I kept looking, and I was like, dude, we're gonna take this down. It's gonna set my standard too high. Like, this is gonna be a problem later on. Like, I can't keep looking at the suit. It was so good, and again, it made the list. You know what I mean?
A lot of superhero suits should take that as inspiration because it's literally just ripped from the comics.
And I imagine that was probably really cheap to make. Like, I
Yeah.
imagine it was probably.
I mean, it was on a TV budget in the 90s for a superhero film.
Yeah, before the MCU was a
Yeah.
thing. So, like, I highly doubt that there was a good budget there. It was probably like $100 in a pack of cigarettes. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Your number 3 spot?
My number 3 spot is Robin from the 60s Batman show, Burt Ward.
Oh,
Little diversion
Oh.
right there, huh?
yeah.
This, like the Batman suit from this show, it's a perfect iteration of Robin. I would have maybe changed the mask a little bit because the mask, you know, wraps around his whole head instead of just being the little domino mask on his face. But other than that, dude, it's perfect. It's just
great, though. I mean, it's a great, yeah, it's ripped from the comic.
yeah. The texture on it too is just cloth.
Yeah.
It's so simple and it's so great.
He does look just like Robin from the comics.
Yeah, I've said my piece. I don't know what else there is to say about this suit. It's Robin's original Dick Grayson suit on screen.
Agreed. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think both of those suits, because they get clowned a lot for being too campy or being too silly, but like, what was the comics at the time? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And they both do a really good job of adapting the source material of the time, and I think it still holds up to this day. I really love Batman's mask in
I do
in
too.
Adam West TV show.
The framing on the face, that they did that with shadows in the comics.
Yeah, I really like it. Again, I personally never would have thought about like looking to Burt Ward's Robin, but I mean, you're absolutely right. It's ripped straight from a comic panel, put on the screen. And I know some people don't like that. I think you're wrong. I think that's a good thing to do. Again, I hope, but you might disagree with me here, I hope we don't see that same suit in modern time.
I agree.
But definitely for the time, looking back on how classic it is and on what the source material was at the time, I think it's fantastic.
They had such a good approach to making that costume. I just don't know why it's so hard to see something in a comic book and adapt it. And that's exactly what they did with those suits. They saw what it looked like in the comic, and they made it in real life. But now there's always some kind of interference where they want to make it look modern or make it look realistic. Just make it look like it does in the comics.
What are your thoughts on the Ben Affleck suit?
It's probably, I think it's like top 2 Batman suits. It's number 2.
Before I say what I think about it, I will argue that it is incredibly accurate to what Zack Snyder wants, right, for Dark Knight.
I agree.
Right, because that's what he wanted to make, okay? Now, what are your thoughts on Pattinson's suit?
Pattinson's my number 1 suit. That's, okay,
So here's,
that's a fair point.
yeah, so here's what I'm getting to here. I think the Affleck suit is like, I might dislike that more, and I'm being serious. I might dislike it more than Clooney's.
What he say fuck me for?
I fucking hate Affleck's suit. I hate it. I hate the small ears. I hate the bulky fucking symbol. I don't like the texture.
Hair whack. It's
there's so much about it that I fucking hate. Okay, and I mean that. All right, like I really do.
And this is a guy who always talks about stuff that he likes.
This is, yeah. But also, I don't like Batfleck. I don't. There's nothing. And I love Ben Affleck as an actor. Like, I like a lot of his movies. I just think Zack Snyder. I'm not getting into all that right now. And I do love Robert Pattinson's suit, right? It's not accurate whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Not at
There's
all.
almost nothing about it that's accurate. Again, it has a shorter cape. He has the collar, which I know you see in things like Gotham by Gaslight, but that's not a Batman thing like normally. Again, the symbol, you never see anything like that symbol. Right?
Yeah, or it's made out of a gun.
Yeah, it's just, which is wicked. But again, just you don't ever see anything like that. So I do understand, like, we always need to try and get it, but at times I do believe there is room for interpretation because
Fair
Robert Pattinson
point.
is my favorite Batman suit, right?
Yeah.
I fucking hate Affleck's, and that's a really comic accurate suit.
Yeah.
I think if it was just like blue and gray, it would be the most comic accurate suit we probably have.
Yeah.
For Batman.
My only complaint about Ben Affleck's suit is his neck and his face. Like, this area right here. Everything else was perfect.
Before I get hate by anybody, I also do hate the Dark Knight Returns design altogether. Like, that's why I didn't read the comic, was because I could not stand that suit design or that look of Batman, which I get super hot take. I understand. I just do not like it. I never have, and hence why I would not like Batfleck's suit. This is just a gift to me, and that's why I still have it. But look at how fucking bulky that bat symbol is.
I saw somebody say, like, Zack Snyder, I understand that you made one of the best comic book movies of all time, Watchmen, but you don't have to put the fucking goggles on Batman. It looks like fucking Owlman. I said Watchmen, you were like,
I locked it.
bro, it was like a fucking sleeper agent.
We literally can't go up.
I know.
We can't do it.
Whenever you brought up your last one, I thought you were about to say Rorschach.
This would be a good moment to add the foreshadowing cue.
As soon as I said that, I realized that was probably the case.
Yeah, that's a really good moment at the foreshadowing cue. Fantastic segue into my number 2. So believe it or not, I do have Rorschach. Holy fuck, what a great fucking costume. They did that mask in... this is 2009. How the fuck did they do that mask that good, man? My neighbors are calling the cops right now for sure. Like, how do you do that design? Yeah, it's so great. We have not got a podcast without talking about it.
I don't think so.
They ripped it panel to screen. I think honestly that is the best way you could do that mask. I don't know how the CGI worked with it, but dude, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, that suit looks awesome. I mean, it's just ripped from the page, but it arguably looks better than in the comics because of the
Being
mask.
able to see it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I don't know. Again, I don't know how they did that CGI and made it look so natural because, again, if I did not know CGI existed, I would think that's real. And I think they just made it look so... And again, the whole thing is the mask. Like, that's the big part of it. Because, again, you can throw a guy in a brown trench coat in a fucking fedora and it'd be whatever. That mask looks so good on screen. Zack Snyder did a lot of harm to the comic book world. This was not one of the things that he did that was bad.
Yeah.
I love this suit so much. And I do believe it's one of the most comic accurate suits ever in terms of that discussion. I really do.
My number 2 is Spider-Man from Spider-Man Homecoming. Hot take.
Hot take, for sure.
Yeah.
Hot.
Because,
That's
in my opinion, this is the best Spider-Man suit of all time. I think it's better than Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think it's better than Spider-Man 1. What else is it better than? Every other Spider-Man suit. I think it looks like the classic Spider-Man suit. They over-designed it a little bit with the extra lines and like the black and like they have some like light blue lines in the blue, but I think it works because it's like a technology-based suit. I don't like that it's a technology-based suit. I would like if it wasn't, but I think it looks amazing. I love the little spider. That's one of my main points. Like, the eyes and that little spider sell it for me because it's the most comic accurate eyes and spider that a Spider-Man suit has. Everything else is good, but Tobey Maguire's eyes are like the sharp ones, not comic accurate. Andrew Garfield's while comic accurate to like Ultimate Spider-Man or something where it has the big eyes. There are a lot that have like the little black outline with that shape. I think it's hard to beat.
So, you're absolutely right with the comic accuracy of the eyes. Like, I have to give you that point. And you're also right about it being the small symbol and that being more comic accurate. But, with that being said, I think my least favorite suit out of all of Spider-Man's live-action appearances is Iron Spider. Okay? The follow-up to that's Homecoming. That's
Really?
very,
You think?
yeah,
Do you think that's worse than Far From Home with the black and
yes.
red?
Yes, I think it's worse than the black and red. Yes. I take Homecoming at the second to last. And then it's Far From Home, and then it
Wow.
goes up from there. To me, I would easily take Tobey Maguire's or Andrew's any day of the week. Especially if we're throwing in the black spider suit any day of the week. But if we're talking just core spider suits, yeah, I'm taking almost all of the others.
So
over
is this because of what the suit is,
No, because again, I'm not.
or
I'm not
you
factoring
really
that
just
in the
don't
back.
like
I
how
really
it
just don't
looks?
fuck with it. I really just don't like how it looks. Now, I love the eyes. The eyes are great. I will give you that. But I do, like we were discussing earlier, I hate that spider symbol. I hate it. Like, I actually despise it.
I think it's the
I also like-
best. I think it's
Yes,
so
it
much
is.
better than Andrew Garfield's and Tobey Maguire's.
This is a hard disagree here. Like, this is a very, very
We're
big,
usually in agreement, but
with everything.
yeah,
This
but
is
like
a
I'm
hard
firm in this.
Yeah. Which I mean, that's all good. I
It's
mean,
good, yeah.
This is the purpose of it. Yeah, I absolutely hate the small spider symbol. And again, I know that like comic accurate, we usually see a smaller spider symbol, but maybe it's because grew up on the Tobey Maguire movies. I love a large spider symbol. Like, I
Yeah,
want
well,
like
that probably is why, and a lot of people follow suit. A lot of people would
Yeah.
agree.
I love a large spider symbol. That's what I look for whenever I'm if I'm playing Spider-Man PS4 or if I'm if I'm designing a character. Like, I want a large spider symbol. I just think it looks the best, and maybe that's why also I like Venom as well, because you have that huge spider symbol that crawls. You know what I'm saying? I know, man. I really just hate that spider symbol. Like, I think that's the big thing that really gets me. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
completely honest with you. I think it is that spider symbol that just fucking kills it.
So-
I really do.
I think the perfect blend of like this Homecoming suit and the Tobey Maguire suit is the Civil War suit that we didn't get. The one that they
know.
filmed with on set. That whole suit in Civil War is CGI'd over.
Yeah,
That symbol,
this one.
yes, bruh. That
That's not
shit,
bad.
this is perfect. If we got
That's
this
not bad.
suit, it would be probably my number one suit. The webbing's
Yeah,
raised
that's really
too.
good.
Yeah, and it doesn't have like too much over designedness going on. That symbol would be, yeah, I don't really like it on the back. That's why the Homecoming suit has the fat spider on the back.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is that's
Crazy
probably
shot,
correct.
crazy back shot you just showed me.
Wow. My bad, that's what was there.
This Spider-Man bent over.
Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, no, that's an incredibly like comic accurate spider on the
Yeah.
back. It's just still I don't like it.
I fucking love it. It looks like
I
Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, again, I get it. Again, you're making all valid points. I'm not saying that you're like this is. Like,
No, I know.
Green tape. Because I definitely would if it wasn't.
But you
valid
still
points, but
disagree.
Yeah, I still disagree. I love a slim spider, and I want it to be huge spider.
Huge, sharp, slim.
Yes. So this, I do believe, should be in everyone's top 3, and if it's not, I think you're wrong. As a preface, I have the TASM 2 Spider-Man suit. That is my number 1. I think it's fucking awesome. I think the only thing they could have done better is if it had moving eyes. But, I digress. I love how large the eyes are. I love the colors and how the webbing looks. I love the spider symbol. Just there's so much about this that I think is fucking awesome. And I remember seeing that scene like whenever the movie starts out when he's like flying through
That's
New York.
the
Almost.
first
Like,
thing that I thought of too.
it's so good.
Where it's
And
like
then
the
it's
air
just-
is like rippling on it on the symbol.
I
Yeah.
love it, man. And it's the swinging in it, like it's It's so good. And then just the different shots that you see in that movie. And again, it gets a lot of hate because of the different things that happen in it. Because it has some horrible costume designs in it. Like, again, your Electro design is really bad. I do not like Dylan Hane's Green Goblin.
Goblin
Green
Jr.
Lighter. I think yeah, the movie has its problems, but I do believe that suit is not one of the problems it has. I also love the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit. I think that's also really, really good. But it had the yellow eyes. I like the more, the glossier white eyes.
Yeah.
I think they're both awesome, and I'm taking that suit any day of the week.
I love both of those suits, Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2, but Amazing Spider-Man 2 is clearly the upgrade from the first one.
Sure.
The texture on that suit's amazing. It inarguably looks pretty cool, especially on the back with the long red spider on the back. That shit's really cool.
I do.
And I like they give him the full complete belt. One of my biggest complaints from Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit is that they don't have a belt that wraps around, and they give him that. The eyes are great. They're like rounded off too. They kind of look like bug eyes. It's a really good
I'm
suit.
A big fan of it.
The face
I think
shell,
everything about it.
like
Yeah.
the face shape of the mask, it's amazing.
I think it's so good.
Amazing.
Everything about it. Anyway, there's not much more to say about it. I think it's just a great all in all suit. And I was telling you before, I do genuinely believe this should be in the top 3, but also, of course, that's completely subjective. This was also though like I saw Spider-Man from Tobey Maguire, like all 3 of them, as a young kid. I saw the Amazing Spider-Man when it came out, so I would have been like 10 or so. And I just immediately fell in love with it. So that might be like the personal attachment to it that I have. I don't know, but like right now, I'm playing Spider-Man PS5 remastered, and I'm rocking the TASM 1 suit. You know what I mean? Like, but also the Insomniac suit's great too. But we're talking live action. It's just I love it so much, man. I think it's really, really good.
My number one is, I think, a very, very hot take. Something that we've never even talked about on this podcast.
Okay, let's hear it, man.
My number one is Blue Beetle
That's
from the Blue Beetle movie.
That is a great take, though. That is a great take.
It is.
It's not even didn't even hit my mind.
Yeah, it's a fantastic suit. It's ripped right off the panel, right from the comic. It looks alien.
100%.
But it looks tangible at the same time, because it is. It's a practical suit. I think that's part of the reason why it's so good. It doesn't rely on overworked CGI workers to make it look polished and good.
Sure.
Suit designers really worked on it so that it was really functional. Every part of it moves, and it's a real functional suit.
That's a great take. That's an
Yeah,
awesome.
even the Scarab looks good. You know,
I agree.
like how it hangs over his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's got the yellow eyes. There's nothing that they did that was like a big divergence from the comic suit.
I agree completely. And again, that never once entered my mind. So I'm really glad you brought that up. That is a great pick, man. I remember seeing that movie and I was really like non-excited because I was really worried, because DCU is just everything that they did. It just seemed like it was getting worse and worse.
Dude.
And I was really glad they did a really decent job. Yeah, that poster is insane.
Suit aside, it was a really good movie too.
Yeah, I mean, like for the audience that it had and everything, it was great. He did a great job as Tommy as well. Also, I loved his family in that movie as well. Like, I think that was one of the best parts of it, was seeing like how he interacted with them and everything. All in all, that's a great fucking pick.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say besides the fact that it's ripped straight out of the comics. That's what I'm looking for whenever I'm thinking of my favorite comic suits, is what's the most accurate.
So on that note of accuracy, just to ask, like, what are your thoughts on like Brendan Thwaites, like Nightwing from Titans?
Is this rage bait? Yeah, I hate that suit. It's so fucking garbage. Like, and I almost had the Robin suit from that show, either Dick Grayson or Jason Todd. They're both really good. I almost had that on the list, but I put Burt Ward instead because it's just perfect.
Yeah, I'm not. That's fair.
But those suits are some of the best parts of the whole entire show. Nightwing suit
Oh.
is so garbage. It's so
He's a-
over-designed and art like he's
I
supposed to be
hate
an
the symbol.
acrobat.
I hate that symbol.
Yeah, and it goes like
Oh,
ugh. And there's
Um,
so many lines that are just like all pointing down to his dick.
hey, Dick. Say that again.
Oh, say that again.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Repost if it's TikTok. Darn devil, comment. We will.
Thank y'all for watching. See y'all in the next one.